I've noticed that there are many people who are stuck on one way of viewing things. And I believe that that's really not a good place to be. And the reason why I say that that's not a good place to be is because when you're only one-sided, it's only going to give you half of the perspective. So many of them say, hey, you know, this isn't right because of this isn't right because of that. When the reality of it is they only have one side that they're deciding to focus on. They're not deciding to look at the overall picture. And also, one of the things that I have found that has actually kind of rude is the fact that they will sit there and while he's, sitting there talking, they'll talk over him and interrupt him. And then when he does it to them, then it's like, hey, I wasn't finished with my thought and you're interrupting me. But then they go right back to doing that. And one of the things that I've discovered by watching this video, or that's added on to what I've discovered by watching this video, is the fact that many people choose to be mediocre instead of actually taking responsibility for what's going on in their life to make a change. Are the poverty rates high? Yes. Are people not getting paid what they're worth? Yes, I'll agree with that. Are there a lot of different issues with Medicare and the government? Yes, I'll agree with that too. However, every individual person has the opportunity by being in the United States to be able to change the trajectory of not only their lives, but the generations that come after them. You might be sitting there saying, Matthew, well, that's such a bold claim. Yes, it is a bold claim because it's something that I believe. A lot of people will say, even in my instance, hey, I'm black in America and, everybody's out to get me and all these other things. And I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist, because racism does exist. And I'm not saying that there are times where people that look like me don't have a hard time, and I'm not saying that there is an easy path for everyone. No, there are different challenges for everyone in their life. No matter what your social status is, no matter what your ethnicity is, at the end of the day, you have to decide, what do you want for your life? And once you decide that, are you actually willing to work for it? And being in the United States of America, yes, the United States of America has its problems. It has many problems. Other countries has its problems and many problems. But one of the things that Patrick Bet-David did say, and it is true, if you actually go look it up, the United States of America is a country that many people from other countries are doing whatever they can to get over here. And the reason why they're doing that is because of the opportunity that there is. The opportunity of being able to, change the trajectory of your life, the opportunity to be able to change the trajectory of your family's life. And it all depends on your frame of thinking. So if you don't change the way that you think, as I always talk about, then you will not be able to change your life. And you can't go throughout life allowing for people that you love, mom, dad, aunts, uncles, who taught you what they knew. Not saying that everything they taught you was bad, but you can't continue to rely on that. You have to get to a certain point in your life where you are taking responsibility. And honestly, that's just the thing for right now. You are where you're at right now because you have yet to take responsibility and say, I am sick and tired of living like this. I am sick and tired of being like this. What is it that I need to do to change? And that's what I decided to do. I said, what is it that I need to do to change? And the first thing that I can tell you is, you need to dump out everything that you thought you ever knew, and you need to establish a new foundation. And that new foundation starts with the way you think. And to change the way you think, you have to change what you're listening to, who you're listening to, what you're reading, and what you're watching.